So what actually happens when you cook an egg? Let's take a look at protein structure. So as we said before, proteins are long chains of amino acids connected together by amide linkages. And this is the foundation of what protein structure actually is. It's known as the primary structure of proteins. This is simply the order of amino acids, then they're connected by covalent amide linkages. The amide linkages which connect the amino acids contain carbon to oxygen double bonds and nitrogen to hydrogen bonds. What this means is that these amide linkages can actually form hydrogen bonds with each other. And that creates some curling and some folding, which creates the secondary structure of our proteins. Our secondary structure of our proteins look like this, which are known as alpha helixes or beta pleated sheets. These occur when hydrogen bonds start to form between amide linkages along a protein chain. Along with the amide linkages in a protein chain, you also have the side groups of these amino acids, and these guys can interact as well and form intermolecular forces. What this creates is some even more curling and folding, which creates the overall 3D shape of our protein. That's what I'm showing you here, which is known as the tertiary structure. The tertiary structure, as I mentioned, is between the side chains of our amino acids. They could be hydrogen bonds like the ones here, or dispersion forces like the ones here, but they could also be ionic or ion dipole. That all depends on the type of amino acids present in your protein chain. There's an extra fourth tier of this protein structure, which is called the quaternary structure. I haven't shown this in a diagram here, but what it basically is very similar to the tertiary structure, but instead of being the bonds between a single protein chain, it's where you have multiple protein chains all coming together to form these intermolecular forces. Again, this helps to produce the overall 3D shape of our protein. Let's get back to cooking our egg and what happens to the structure of these proteins when we cook our egg. Now, cooking our egg involves breaking of the tertiary and secondary and quaternary structures within our protein. Eggs are mostly made from protein, and particularly the egg white. Now, what's happening here when you increase the temperature is you start breaking these intermolecular forces between the side chains, and then what happens is your protein starts to unravel. This is called denaturation, and you can kind of see a little diagram below me here. You have a protein over here which is all nice and folded up, and then when you increase the temperature, or particularly change the pH, which if you add vinegar to your oil as well, what you're doing is interrupting the bonds that form the tertiary structure and your protein starts to unravel. This is why your egg will solidify and taste yummy.